Okay, it's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from the Masters Brewery and it's a bottle of this Spypost bitter. Coming in at 4% ABV. Gold cap on this one. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. Okay. Nice smoky opening on this one. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. Okay, so it's a bottle conditioned beer, so I'm going to be careful with the pour. I'll show you the second fermentation yeast in the bottom of the bottle later on in the review, but let's get on with the beer. Again, it's a 3-finger, slightly off white head. Beer in the glass is a lovely light coloured ale. It's a light amber, a little bit of haze in the beer, but again you're going to get that with a bottle conditioned beer. It's what you expect, but otherwise, yeah, nice and clear. Nice carbonation. I'm going to get my nose into the beer. Again, it's a malty, lemony kind of sweet malt, lemony hop aroma. Smells a little bit like a saison, to be honest, as well. Slightly funky. I'm going to dive in. Cheers. First impressions then, what I get is I was standing there then contemplating the beer, thinking, that's okay. It's a nice, fully carbonated, refreshing, drinkable session bitter, but there's a little but to this. It's slightly funky. I don't know what yeast strain these guys are using, but it gives a slightly kind of like them lambic kind of sour saison-y kind of taste. It's because of it gives me the idea that it might be Belgium yeast, because it's such a carbonated beer. All of their beers are very carbonated and they do give off that kind of funkiness as well, that kind of funky sourness, which is very tasty. And it's taken me so long. I've been drinking the Masters Brewery beers for such a long time. They're good beers. When I can get them, I'll get my hands on them and drink them. And I think I've just worked out why. It's because of this kind of funky, kind of carbonated saison kind of feel to the beer. It's still malty, it's still bready, it's still nice and sweet. It's still got all of them lovely English hop tastes and aromas to the beer. It's lemon, it's hedgerow hop, it's floral. Pardon me. It's slightly spicy. But it's that funkiness from the yeast that it's surprising, because, and I've only just worked out why and how I like their beers so much, and that's because I've just finished a Belgian beer. I've just finished drinking a Belgian beer and I picked this up for review, and I'm thinking, this is very similar. So Guys at the Masters Brewery, if you've got a YouTube account, comment in the comments box or message me on Twitter or Facebook. Do you use a Belgian yeast strain in your beer? Because if you do, well done on that. I like this Spypost. I like it. It's a good beer, and at 4% you can drink a few of them and enjoy yourself without embarrassing yourself at the same time. Okay, let's get the rest of this out. I want to talk to you now about the bottle condition process. If you're new to beer, if you've come across my channel by complete accident or somebody's recommended to you and you're not quite sure on beer but you'd like to be sure, I'm going to give you a little quick guide on bottle conditioned beers. Okay, holding the beer up to the camera, you see all that yeast, and I call it lovely, lovely stuff floating around in the glass. That's yeast. That's what causes your beer to carbonate. All of them nice bubbles rising to the top of the glass. The beer gets re-fermented in the bottle by putting some of this yeast in, and it carbonates the beer in the bottle. It's a great way, and it's a very old way of brewing beer. No CO2 here. That's my little lesson. If you want more, Google it. Right, Spypost by the Masters Brewery. What do I rate it? There's a little bit of kind of nectarine in there as well. The more I'm drinking that beer, the more I'm enjoying it. In fact, I drank their Weiss beer. They do a wonderful Weiss beer at the Masters Brewery, and that was my kind of, so far, my favourite out of their range of beers. It's very difficult to get over in South Wales. I would like to get some more of it, but this, I believe this Spypost will give it a run for its money. It's just, I'm pretty sure they're using a Belgian yeast strain or a yeast strain that's very carbonated and is very much like a Belgian yeast. For all them reasons, this beer, this is I was going to give it a 7. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. This is an 8 out of 10 beer all day long. It's a very tasty sessionable brew, and that's quite kind of a thing to do, to be able to get a beer so tasty at 4% to enjoy. Okay, thanks for watching me, Real Ale Craft Beer. 8 out of 10 for Masters Brewery Spypost. Put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers!